All right, g'day. This is Lacca from 100 Years War. I also run Metal in the Mountains in Beechworth, which just happened the other weekend. Great to be here.
Beautiful, brother. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks, man.
No worries. So, 100 Years Dead recently played at Metal in the Mountains at Beechworth, mate. So, how was the night? I know it was only last weekend. How'd it go?
Yeah, it went really well. Yeah, we had a great crowd, good turnout, no problems. First time in the open air, in the middle of Beechworth, right behind the old courthouse where Ned Kelly was tried.
Yeah, right. So, I want to put a bit of history and nostalgia about the night.
Yeah, man, it's a nice historic little area where we've got all these old granite buildings, and yeah, the courthouse and some of the other historic buildings. Nice little niche to be in. I think everyone really had a good time there. Not if you're in the pit. It was actually a pretty nice day. We had good warm weather. Sun was out. We were really blessed in that regard. Like, weather's always a concern when you're doing an outdoor gig, but yeah, we just got a real good deck of cards this time, so it was good. We tried to go outdoors last year, but it was a wet year, so we sort of had to hold off. It was too rainy on the weekend. We tried to do it last year, so yeah, this year was the first time we managed to go outside, and the weather was just really nice to us.
Metal gods were shining on you, brother.
Absolutely.
So, aside from yourselves, there's also Hidden Intent, Unit, Religious Observance, and heaps more bands on the lineup, bro. But did any bands on the day like really stand out and press the fuck out of you?
I mean, they all stood out in their own sort of way. We sort of like do the lineup so that all the bands are radically different from each other, so they all stand out and they get to really show their chops. We picked all these bands because we fucking love them, and they're all really good bands. Yeah, as far as putting one above the other or whatever, but I mean, there's a reason Hidden Intent was on the top of the bill. Those guys are absolute pros. They're the international touring level, and they put on such a good show. Yeah, I really enjoyed their set, but yeah, not just theirs, all of them. There wasn't a weak link in the bunch, as far as I was concerned, at least anyway.
You raise an interesting point too, bro. Like, the lineup has got a lot of radically different bands on there. Like, too many festivals these days just try and exploit the one genre, you know, and it's just like bang, 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 the same shit at you all the time. But with Metal in the Mountains, you try and cover a bit of a broader spectrum.
Yeah, well, that's it. We don't want to have too many of any one sort of thing. We want to be able to, you know, we all love heavy music, and we all sort of, you know, at least most of us can all appreciate all the bands. And if there is one you don't like, you just sort of wait half an hour, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to like the next one. So, you know, I think that's good. That's how we all come back together as lovers of heavy music.
Yeah, sure. I also saw that somewhere on the day there you had a hot sauce competition. Like, that sounds pretty dangerous. How'd that go?
Yeah, not bad. The local mob, Edible Alchemy, who makes sauce, kimchi and various things like that, did a special sauce for Metal in the Mountains last year as well as this year, called Mountain of Pain, and the competition was to see who could take it the most, and they find metalheads to be pretty into hot sauce, and a lot of them managed to take it. Although I didn't actually taste this one yet, because with everything that happened on the day, I haven't been near a bottle yet, and I sort of want one at least for my little collection. But by all accounts, it was pretty hot.
Yeah, you know. So, as well as playing in 100 Years Dead, mate, like, you've also got something to do with Metal in the Mountains itself. Like, what's your role there? Are you organizer? Do you coordinate it? What do you do?
I'm the main organizer, the production manager, the stage manager, and it's just me and a few other people who, you know, we got together to do this, and so I run a little production business up here where I do sound and lighting for all sorts of stuff. So I said, well, I've got the gear, let's do a thing. And well, it wasn't my idea; it was Shorty's idea actually, but that's a long story.
And so was it good enough this year that there's going to be a Metal in the Mountains 2024?
Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. No, we're going to be back. We're going to be outdoors again. Same thing, just a little bit bigger. And we're going to be working overtime to find another lineup that's going to top that one, because I think they were pretty good.
Oh yeah, good luck with that, brother.
Work starts now.
So as we said before, mate, like you also play 100 Years Dead. Tell us more about that band for people who may not know too much about you.
Yeah, well, 100 Years War, I think they came together in about 2019. They immediately went to tour overseas. They're a really tight outfit made up of veterans from various different bands across the scene. I got headhunted into them in early 2020, I think it was. And then, yeah, we've played a lot of festivals across Australia since, and I was self-indulgent enough to slap them on this one as well, just recently. But yeah, next stop is Japan. So we're going over there, playing Tokyo with Punch and Stench and the guys from up north, Dark Horse, who we're really keen to hang out with again.
So your band is actually made up of 5 veterans from the Australian music scene. So what bands did they play for previously?
Oh, I'm going to embarrass myself by not remembering all of them. But
Sorry,
like Mano,
mate.
who runs the band, he was one of the founding members of Desecrator, for example. And then Ash, the drummer, he's like sort of one of the other main dudes from the band when I joined. He's ex-Dead Root, and a few other bands as well that escape me right now. But yeah, really good outfitted guys to fall in with, and yeah, everywhere we go, we do our thing to the absolute extreme, and that's what we do.
Well, when coming up with the sound for this band, like, did you draw a little bit from the experience of the guys in all the other bands, or did you want to come up with something fresh and unique?
I sort of came in after the album was written, so I was sort of just jumped in on the back of that. So it is drawing from a unique sound because it's that blend of D-beat and death metal that you don't really encounter a lot. So that's what was interesting to me when I was asked to join the band. I'm like, oh, this is something that's actually cool. It's catchy and it's heavy. It's pretty intense, and yeah, all the lyrics are intelligent. Everything was like there. It's a really good band, and so then yeah, since then all we've done is like we played a bunch of live shows, and then just sort of behind the scenes, the new stuff's getting written. They're looking to do an album next year, and hopefully looking at some more overseas touring as well.
So talking about that new material you're writing, mate, like what's it sounding like? Is it similar to the stuff on Stand Amongst the Fallen, or is it sort of a bit of another step up from there again?
It's different because yeah, there's a couple of different members of the band. I mean, obviously the vocals are going to be me, and then Dan's on guitar doing his thing as well. So the sound sort of evolved a bit. It's going down that same path, however. So more of the same, just more extreme. And yeah, we're doing a couple of the songs off that live already, and as the rest come together, I think we'll be introducing them to our live sets. But yeah, there's at least 3 songs there that we do currently on our live set that are some of the new stuff. And yeah.
Cool. Is there any local or any Australian shows coming up? People can check it out.
Well, when we get back from Japan, we're doing the show at the Bendigo Hotel in Melbourne on the 2nd of December with Punch and Stench. So, that's going to be the only show we're doing in the country this year, and then we'll see how we go next year. But like I said, we're putting out the album and doing some overseas stuff, so we'll see. There might be the odd Australian show, but few and far between probably.
Beautiful, bro. All right, well, thanks for your time, man. It's been a pleasure chatting with you and finally getting to meet you, bro, and look forward to working with you on Metal in the Mountains next year and seeing what the band comes up with.
Oh yeah, brother. Cheers.